I'm back. Did you miss me, my mighty peeps? Got a little off routine with doing our Thursday tips videos. So I hope you're happy that I'm back. And we may have to figure out a new time on Thursdays to do these because I have a different summer schedule. But today we're here because I used a completely teaser headline, which I hope teased you efficiently that got you here, which is what is it that HubSpot has told us we as marketers and business owners should be doing more of in our emails. If you aren't aware, HubSpot is a big time player in content marketing software. Thank you. Yes, Erica, thank you. I am so glad to be back and talking and chatting with my peeps here. And we're going to get back to a regular schedule. But so if you're not familiar, HubSpot is great software. They give away a lot of their software. They practice what they preach in terms of content marketing, and email marketing, including the fact that yes, they gate the heck out of their content. They give away tons of workbooks and worksheets and checklists and all kinds of things in exchange for emails and then ever increasing amounts of information from their prospects. As they are trying to get more information, they're trying to figure out if you're a freebie seeker or an actual type of client. It's the same way, honestly, they give away a ton of their software because they know that if you really like it and you really get enamored with it and it really helps your business, then you're going to be more likely to be a hell yeah to up leveling and paying for different stuff. I learned tons when I first got started in business from reading their articles. Well worth it. They're a big company, so they can afford to do tons of research. And that's what brings us today. And me repurposing something that I sent out to my email list. I was, got email on the brain lately, both between working with client work. You know, I do that, right? And working on training for you in terms of what you might need next in figuring out email marketing. And so HubSpot came back with this article on interactive emails, which then everybody's like, well, what's an interactive email? So I'm going to put the link, and it may or may not show up everywhere. And I'll come back and I'll make sure I'll post it in the group for you. But I am going to post the link to the article from HubSpot. And it's basically interactive emails include any kind of an element that's inviting your email readers to engage with your content by reading more of it, by clicking links, by watching things, um, by spending more time in your email. It could be things like a GIF. Yes, it can be as simple as a GIF. I threw in a GIF today. It's my personality and my vibe, and because it's motion, it's interactive, it's fun. You can use memes, illustrations, slight animations. So, one of the holy grails people ask a lot in email marketing is, well, can I put a video in email marketing? Well, the video is not going to play directly in somebody's email inbox. That problem hasn't been completely solved yet. But you can put something that looks like a video. So you can put an image that has a big red play button on it. And when people hit that because they're conditioned to hit the play button, it's going to open up the video wherever that video lives, YouTube, Vimeo, someplace else. Now you've got to click. Click-throughs are great. That's engagement. That's interactivity. The other thing you can do is create your own GIFs. You can go get the ones from Tinner. Absolutely, like the one I did today with the cat typing furiously, which is how I've felt for the last few weeks. You can grab one of those. But you can also use something like Canva, especially if you have a Canva Pro account, to make a simple animation where it's just even text moving on the screen. Or you've got a couple of slides and you're doing a reveal of a product or of a coaching, and literally simple animations, and you can click and download it as a GIF. GIFs will play. Yes, I'm a hard G GIF person. Come at me. Pavlov conditioning. Absolutely. We will press the triangle. Use that to your advantage, people. The same way that you say, reply, hit reply, answer me a question. People tend to do that. Give them directions and people follow the directions. We are not much more evolved than Pavlov figured out hundreds of years ago. But you can make a simple GIF animation inside of Canva that can be brand specific. It can even be something where just I saw a great example that's in the HubSpot article that it was for a Mother's Day announcement, a Mother's Day promotion. They were doing an event. It's a walk, and it just looked like the woman and her kids are walking, and it's on this endless loop, but it's interactive. And then you can put a hyperlink from that GIF to your event notification, to your sign up, to your registration, and now you're getting the double engagement from clicks. The thing to note about, and the thing that, I'm a researchy person. For those who don't remember or don't know, former first career advertising, my emphasis in marketing and advertising was on the market research side of things, the strategy side of things, and then I went out and got a graduate degree in library science, so research is like my middle name. So HubSpot and the studies that they're talking about in this article say that 91% of consumers want interactive content in their emails, and only 17% of marketers are delivering it. And that when you've got crowded inboxes, it's not that people don't want emails, people don't want boring emails. And I can think of this as that, some people have gone too far in the opposite direction in email marketing, especially among some small business owners and stuff that I know. Somebody's told them that their emails need to look like, Times New Roman plain text from the 1990s. And so that it looks like it's a personal email from a friend. I'm like, okay, my friends' emails don't look like that. And okay, my friends are more likely to text me and Snapchat me and Facebook Messenger me. And guess what? All of those things are interactive. GIFs, memes, all of that stuff. Why do we love Messenger and Snapchat and TikTok? Because things move, stickers and things. And I actually find it incredibly hard to read this otherwise incredibly successful person's emails because there's no formatting anywhere. And then there's somebody else who sees these emails. I've been on their list for months and did not realize there was more content in their email, because they tell a little story, they give a little tip, and then they sign off. There's their signature, there's their name, there's what looks like the end of the email. And unless you keep scrolling, you don't know there's actually more tip. There's like an entire article down there. I'm like, okay, so something's clearly went wrong in the formatting that you didn't indicate that I need to keep scrolling. It shouldn't have taken me months to figure that out. So one of the things that HubSpot talked about was what we just mentioned, the faux video, a still image with the big red triangle play button that looks like a video. The animated GIFs, forms, surveys, giving them a super short 3-question survey. I've been doing this for like the past month. My survey takes probably 10 seconds to fill out. It's anonymous, and there's a bunch of checkboxes. And I asked people, what is it that they need help with in email marketing next? And if they want, they can drop me a comment. It is literally seconds. But those emails are getting engagement because people are clicking the links and filling out the forms, and it's helping me. Also helping me in terms of my email engagement. But here's a really cool thing that I've done and that most of you can do. If you've got email marketing software that uses tags, ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, Aweber to some degree, auto response. Yes, Claudette, she should have had a down arrow. So check inside of your email marketing software for the ability to add a tag after somebody clicks a specific link. You can create a miniature survey that's interactive using the hyperlinks in your email. And I will check MailChimp. I think this is an option inside of MailChimp. I have a MailChimp account for my nonprofit, and I can poke around in there and find out too. And they have tags. Excellent. So what you're looking to do is say you want to know whether people are interested in a workshop that you're going to do. Are they interested in, and would they rather have a printable journal, or do they want audio content? What's something that you want some feedback on, and you want to make it super, super simple. It's a hyperlink. The hyperlink goes to a page on your website. Page on your website, like for me, it says, thanks for letting me know you're interested in, I've done this for Canva. Thanks for letting me know you're interested in my next challenge. Thanks for letting me know you're interested in landing pages. Thanks for letting me know you're interested in tips for the disorganized student. Thanks for letting me know you want the mom's back to school planner. Whatever it is you think you're going to go off and put together. They click the link, they go to your website, you maybe even give them a little gift, you give them links to blog posts that are on a related topic, and your email software knows that somebody clicked that link. It applies the tag to them, which then means you can go back and send emails to whoever said they were interested in Canva landing pages, student organization planners, mom's back to school journals, whatever you've got. So it's doing double duty. It's an interactive element in your email. It's increasing your engagement rates in your email software because people are clicking through. It's adding a tag that lets you create a segment, which means you get to create personalized marketing. And it's not actually that complicated. So I love it. Claudette thinks this is a great idea. Thank you. Yes, I do too. We need to do this more often. So, it depends. Some people read their emails in Outlook and Gmail and Yahoo and wherever else they're getting emails, and making sure that whatever interactive elements you're using work for them, which is another reason why links and GIFs are great, because they're going to work in almost every single email platform out there. The only difference is, like, for example, my Yahoo, it has images turned off by default, which also means it doesn't think I've ever opened any of my own emails out of Yahoo, and that's not correct either. Another idea, and I gave this one to Val Selby. Hey Val, I know you're in the group somewhere. Maybe you're going to watch the video later. Reply back and say, oh, that was awesome. You could do a question of the day or a question of the week. And it could link to your Facebook page, your Instagram, LinkedIn, any social profiles, back to a page on your site where you're keeping track of those questions and the potential answers. And by asking somebody to reply to your email or to click the link for the question of the week, engagement and interactivity. So that's pretty awesome. Talking about, I'm looking at some of the GIF examples, quizzes. And the quiz could be like true, false, yes, no. And it could be an image. You can potentially use other countdown timers. Countdown timers was one that was mentioned inside of HubSpot in the article. And I've seen a ton of people, marketers, when they're doing launches, when they're doing sales, if they're trying to create excitement for something upcoming, there's a way to embed a countdown timer in an email. And yes, sometimes it requires a little bit of HTML knowledge. I'll also tell you there's tons of apps and software, and I'll go get some and throw them in the comments for this video or in the next email that I send out. Hint, get on the Mighty Marketing Mojo email, go to mightymarketingmojo.com and get on the list so that when I send you out some of the top tools for countdown timers that you can use inside of emails, that you're going to get that. But definitely, I've been seeing more people using that to success. Now, some of HubSpot's tips, and this makes sense for lots of email, keep it to one interactive element per email. So you probably don't want to go loading up a quiz and a form and a GIF and the question of the week. Do test things. So I was asked today, had I actually seen a change in my email statistics based on the fact that I do regularly use GIFs, and I use these miniature surveys with links and tagging inside of my emails. And I'm still digging into that, honestly, because now I have to go back and figure out which emails had GIFs in them. Um, and it's not a perfect apples to apples comparison, uh, because I might use a GIF on a Thursday, but then the Monday email is very different and doesn't have a GIF. Or did I use a GIF in an email that was all about training and teaching, but I didn't use the GIF in one that was about promotion? You can still take a look at your statistics and test. That tip that I gave you about using the links and creating a hyperlink to a page on your website to get them to click, that's their answer to the question. That's their answer to the survey, is clicking the link in the email. And that registers their intent and it sets a tag on them. That is one of the main features that is part of an email re-engagement series. If you've been watching open and click rates go down as your list potentially grows, that is absolutely one of the things that we can do when you're very intentional about checking in with people who've been on your list for a while, but your email software is indicating that maybe they're not opening, that they haven't clicked anything lately, and you want to basically check and go, knock knock, anybody home? Because you don't want people on your list that aren't actually paying attention. It's dragging everything else down. You can thank them and release them back into the universe. If they really love you, they will come back. I've seen that happen. So one of the ways that we go work through this, and if you're interested in this, drop me a line in the comment section, because I've had several other of my solo pals who've been involved in email marketing for quite some time. They've got lists, they've got landing pages, they've got multiple opt-ins, they've done all of that. But like Claudette is saying, that's me, that the open rates are down. Mine are down. Some of it's they're down in general the past year because more businesses have gotten in on email marketing and have sent more emails. It's also email boxes are flooded, but we can work on that. And so some folks have asked me, can we do like a group together, coaching, learning, do it together on email re-engagement work and email re-engagement campaigns? If that's something you're interested, I've still thought about putting together a small group to do that this summer, and using those links that tag people if they click the link is part of an email re-engagement campaign. You're getting them to click the links to show some kind of activity, because after you send out the re-engagement campaign emails, if somebody's not opened any of them and nobody's clicked anything, then you're going to basically shuttle them off into a segment that's going to be labeled like cold, and you're not going to email them again. Or you potentially even decide whether or not you unsubscribe them. It's possible. And you let people know ahead of time that you're going to do this. And so if they want to hang around with you, you better click the links. You've probably gotten one of these. Raise your hands and drop me a comment. Have you gotten an email that looks like that says, oh, hey, we haven't heard from you in a while. You know, what's going on? Now, the funny thing is I got one of those recently from somebody, and I'm like, well, you haven't heard from me because I haven't seen an email from you in months. I'm like, I can't click and open something that you don't send, which makes me wonder, have all of the rest of their emails gone to spam? You know, or it's a little weird if you run a email re-engagement campaign and try to go after interactivity and clicking of links if you haven't been emailing regularly. That's a different kind of warm-up you need to be doing. And also, it sometimes happens, like I said, because email software and how it measures open rates is completely and totally wonky and wacky. But you know, Claudette's saying, yes, be more intentional and fun with your email messages. Yes, so that's one of the other tips from HubSpot, and something that I've taught before. You've heard me say it: experiment and test. And the levels of interactivity, whether it's a quiz or a link or a GIF or a video or an animation, it needs to fit you personally as your personality, your brand personality, and your audience. It's probably not going to be great if you mostly have a small list and you're talking to C-suite executives and 6 and 7 figure business owners or something like that, and you're using, you know, nothing but Stranger Things and Golden Girls memes and gifs and stuff like that. It's like that would be a mismatch. That wouldn't necessarily be a mismatch from me. Others of you, you might need to choose, or that's another reason why to create your own animations inside of Canva so that they have your colors, your style, your vibe, even if it's animating a quote. So check out the article from HubSpot for some of the other examples. Yes, they're from some big, pretty, glossy email marketers, but there are tips and tricks that you and I, as solopreneurs, as consultants, as coaches, can authors can absolutely take and use. That we need to vary the length of our emails, short, long, in between, making sure that we don't necessarily overload folks. And you're completely guilty of overloading with too much in emails and too many different links. If they know that the email that they're getting once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month is the newsletter email and it has a ton of links, that's different. But definitely mixing things up so you can find a level of interactive elements that suits you and your audience. Yes, you've just updated your sequences for that. Awesome, Claudette. So if you found this interesting and helpful, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what interactive element you're potentially going to try out in an email in the next week or so. Are you going to go and use the faux video with Pavlov? We want to click this and it's going to take them to a video that's elsewhere. Are you going to go inside a Canva and create a simple animation? Are you going to go to Tenor and grab a GIF? The reason I've mentioned Tenor, Tenor.com, several times is that of the major GIF databases and collections, they're the one that most easily lets you save a GIF to your computer in an actual GIF format, and then you can upload it into your email software and then it'll play properly. Some of the other ones like Giphy doesn't want to spit out the file easily in a format that your email can register. Because remember, you had an MP4, which is a video file, that's not going to actually play in your email. For it to actually loop in somebody's inbox, it actually needs to be a GIF. So amazing. Like always, that is awesome. Thank you for making my day, Claudette. Thank you for being here. Awesome, awesome. So there's your Thursday tips. Go work on adding in and mixing in interactive elements in your emails. Research says people want it. Give the people what they want. Give them you, give them your personality, give them value and content, and make it fun. All right. Hopefully I'll see you next week for another Thursday tip with Mighty Marketing Mojo.